Welcome to Toffee TV. It is Start 11 show. Chelsea versus Everton, Monday night. We know what we have to do now. The weekend is done and dusted. Nottingham Forest drew. Luton were beaten. Palace and Brentford above us both got 3 points. So really, really could do with something ahead of obviously next week's huge game against Nottingham Forest and then Liverpool and then Brentford at the end of the week. 3 huge games. It would be absolutely fantastic if we could get something from Stamford Bridge. Let's see if we can do it. This is my team for that game. In goal, Jordan Pickford picks himself. Back 4. I'm going to go with Seamus Coleman at right back. But for right back, I think for me it's between him and Nathan Patterson. I still think Seamus Coleman is our best right back. He's come back from injury. He hasn't been amazing, hasn't tore it up at all, but all his experience will be needed in the remaining games of the season. And as I said, I still think he's our best right back. At left back, Vitaly Mykolenko, one of our most steadiest players of the season, maybe our most improved player of the season. Really puts a foot wrong, and again has helped massively with that defensive record, because we've been excellent, haven't we, defensively? It's been the thing that's obviously kept us afloat this season, the clean sheets and just the general play defensively, because we don't score goals, so we've got to keep them out. And really, a team with our defensive record should be so much further up the league table. I mean, we should be further up the league table anyway, you know, those pesky point deductions. But certainly with a defensive record like that, we should be so much further up the table, but we can't put the ball in the back of the net, sadly. So Mykolenko, left back, centre backs of James Tarkowski and Jarrad Branthwaite picked themselves, really being the partnership all season, and hopefully that doesn't get broke up for the rest of the season. As I said, the defence has been the backbone, the back 5. I know the right back position has changed a few times, but that back 5 has been, as I said, the absolute backbone of what we've built this season on. And if Sean Dyche has done anything right, he's got at that absolutely spot on, and we have to hope that it keeps doing that for the rest of the season. It's gone. Before the Burnley game, there was a bit of a sticky spell where we were conceding, really seemed like conceding soft goals and set pieces and stuff. So hopefully, after last week's clean sheet, the confidence has returned and we can keep on improving. Into midfield, there's actually a few choices, isn't there, really? Probably the most choices we've had for a while. Certainly it's centre midfield. And that's going to play a part in my decision making for this game. Amadou Onana back into the side after missing out. I just think he's, for me, too much of a good player to keep the ball. I thought against Burnley we were so poor in possession, and I think everyone who left that game was a little bit worried about the way we play, and I just think with Onana we keep the ball so much better. Listen, is he everyone's cup of tea? No, fine, doesn't really matter. But we do keep the ball better when he's in the side. He takes risks, he takes responsibility, he keeps the ball, good tackler, and has got, he's good in the air, isn't he? So he is in there in that number 6 role alongside Idrissa Gana Gueye, who again returns to the side. Obviously didn't play against Burnley because of birth of a child. Fair enough, decent excuse. But I just think, again, he's so important for this side. I think we don't always understand how important he is to the team. But the way he breaks up the play, the way he goes hunting for the ball, I think is so important and can be so important in this game. Certainly with the way Chelsea have got so many players who like getting on the ball. That's their major strength. They've got 3 who play behind the striker who might want to dwell on the ball a little bit too long, and he's the ideal player to go and sniff the ball and take it away from them. On the right hand side, I'm going for James Garner. I think I left him out of my last starting 11. Having watched Ashley Young there and Jack Harrison, obviously not in the side at the moment, I think this might be a good opportunity to put James Garner on the right. He started the season there, and I think at that time we were hoping for more from our wide players and a little bit more dynamism. And I think as the season's gone along, I think those players just become more and more defensive. And if you're going to have more and more defensive players, you might as well have someone who can play out there and who's got a little bit about him. And we've seen the cross he put in for Beto against West Ham. Ashley Young has done a job. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea. He's done a job there. And I think Garner can do a better job. I don't think it's time to just reintroduce Jack Harrison into the side, because I think most people recently have been saying, well, he needs to come out the side. So I think James Garner could do a job over there in a game like this again, where you want to try and stop the opposition from playing it, and hopefully get some crosses into the box and use the ball better. Those wide players aren't like bursting full of pace, incredible footballers. And I just don't see the difference of having James Garner out there as opposed to Ashley Young or Jack Harrison. On the left hand side, Dwight McNeil continue, but hopefully Danjuma will be available off the bench and give us something a little bit different. But Dwight McNeil will continue, and obviously his energy, his set pieces, and his all round work rate is exactly what the manager demands of him, and he does that again. He's not an amazing attacking player, or certainly hasn't been this season anywhere near what he was the second half of last season. And then you've got Danjuma to come on and give you something a little bit different. And up front, hang on, one more, isn't it? Just behind the centre forward, the core continue again. He hasn't been brilliant, has he? But I suppose it's just that feeling that he could pop up and be the difference. He could be the man who makes a difference. And that's why I think with James Garner playing on the right-hand side, I think we do need someone who has got the threat of a goal and can offer something else. Obviously, I think he scored his last goal against Chelsea last time, and this might be the opportunity. So I'm gonna leave him in there. And up front, I'm gonna go for Beto, because I just think if there's any kind of doubts about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, then he shouldn't play. He should stay on the bench. We've got 3 really big home games coming up in a week, and I think we need a fit Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think if there's any worry, then just leave him on the bench. Don't risk him from the start, because that's why we have Beto to take that off Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So start with Beto. I know Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored a couple of goals in his last 2 games, but he can come off the bench if it's not too bad. But I just think if there's any worries about him, let's just be cautious about the whole thing and play Beto from the start. So that's my starting 11. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who would you go for? Let me know. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want more great videos, join us over on Toffee TV Premier, where we do daily live shows, exclusive live shows, and none of the videos have adverts, and none of the podcasts have adverts either, so none of those pesky adverts popping up, stopping your enjoyment for the price of a coffee, basically, for a month. Come and check it out. The link is in the description. The QR code's coming up on the screen now. See you later.